All right, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Elder Shana on the fly here with another quick hitter. Listen, this is going to be part 2 of The Monster Kids Are Here. I did a video a couple of days ago about, these YNs, man, and some of the stuff that they've been doing. They like on a terror right now, and like the precept that I brought out with it was 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse number 8, and it reads, in the last days, menstruous women, meaning that word menstruous means unclean, like a woman's menstrual cycle. It says menstruous women would bring forth monster kids. And that's what's happened in this world today. These women are running around here. They sleeping without every Tom, Dick, and Harry. A lot of times there's no father or man in the house, a stable man, a consistent man. Men are probably running in and out, but no consistent man. No father, a husband, the way the Most High ordained it, because the Most High never ordained boyfriend and girlfriend. So as a result, you have these young kids who are basically raising themselves because mama can't do it. It wasn't even designed for a mother to be able to raise her kids alone. The Most High put the way the Most High designed for it to go. That's the way it should be going. And if not, a lot of times you're going to have chaos in whatever situation you're dealing with without that father structure, because that father is the glue. The Bible said that the man is the head of the woman the head of the children, Christ the head of man, and God the head of Christ. So there's an order in everything that we're supposed to be doing. So anyway, in that video, in part 1 of the Monster Kids Are Here, I talked about the shooting out in, this thing got kind of warm. I'm gonna have to crank up some air here. So I talked about the kids, I think it was two teens out in San Diego, California. They went to a mosque and killed 3 people, 2 members of the mosque, 1 security guard, and then they turn around and then they unalive themselves. That's how thrown off and how the money these YNs are today. They don't, who wakes up in the morning and says, I'm gonna go kill 3 people at a mosque, and then we gonna kill ourselves. So, and then down in Houston, Texas, that same day, you had 3 teens that were just riding around, just shooting people at random. They'll go to a apartment complex, shoot that up. Go to a car lot, shoot that up. Go to a car wash and shoot that up. So, but nobody got killed. They shot up a lot of people. Some people were injured, but nobody got killed, and they were arrested. So, I gave you my take on what I think should happen to these youngsters that are going around doing these violent crimes. They should send them to Huntsville. Skip TDC, send their ass to Huntsville prison and put them on their chain gang. You know what I mean? So anyway, the scriptures don't lie, man. This was a future prophecy that's unfolding right before our eyes now. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 8, menstruous women bringing forth monster kids. These kids are like monsters. When you remember when we were young, we used to see the scary movies and stuff that would come on TV, whatever type of scary movie it was, even if it was just something like Jaws. When Jaws got ready to come, when that music can't start coming on, don-don, 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 don-don. See, in every scary movie, that music started coming. When that music start ramping up, that monster getting ready to go in. That and that fear came over us. That's how it is when you see these YNs now, because it ain't no telling what they gonna do. They have no type of respect for their elders. You know what? I feel sorry for the teachers today. The teachers in school that's trying to teach. How can you? Seeing what they doing on TV and on the news, and then you got to go to school the next day and teach these idiots, and then ask them to sit down in their seat, put their phone up, or cut their music down. You got to ask them to do that, knowing that you're gonna get knowing this, Slaka, knowing that you're going to get a crazy response from them, maybe most of the time violent. So anyway, let's fast forward. Let's fast forward. Send them to Huntsville. That's what we should be doing. But like I said, this system is broken. The system is broken. You know, let me see where I want to go with this. Which one? Because it's so much stuff going on. Sometimes I be forgetting which one is. I need to start taking notes. These YNs is doing so much. I need to start taking notes. Okay, so anyway, in Baltimore County. In Baltimore County, I think it was Plainville or Planksville or something like that. Anyway, 3 teenage girls. Now these are girls, and I told y'all in part 1 of Here Come the Monsters, Here Come the Monster Kids. I told y'all in part 1 that these girls are doing more than the young men are doing. These YN girls are doing more than the YN guys are doing, or boys are doing. 3 of them, I think they were ages 12, 13, and 14. They caught this other young girl, and I think she was like 14 years old. They caught her over somebody else's house. They went into people's house and beat this little girl to a pulp. All of them were arrested, and then they were later released with their parents. And see, that's the problem right there. You releasing them to somebody that can't do nothing with them in the first place. So if you know the parents can't do anything, because if the parents could do something with them, they wouldn't go out in public with that type of behavior. So knowing that the parents can't do anything with them, then you should do it. Because y'all the law, right? So y'all need to handle that right there, because it's going to get worse and worse. The Most High God did not ordain for that scripture to be in the Bible that this was going to be something that was just going to be a phase. No, a lot of people are going to get hurt. Some are going to die because of these monster kids that are on earth, because the monster kids are here. They are here. Also, down in, what was this at right here? I want to say Washington, D.C. I saw a video. There were some people that were sitting in a Chipotle restaurant, and they just eating, a family, a Hispanic family, and these YNs got the fighting up in there, man. And man, check this out, man. If you ever seen a good old-fashioned Western movie back in the day, maybe with Eddie Murphy or John Wayne or somebody like that in there. Hey man, they was in there throwing them chairs, man, and tossing them chairs, and they swinging them, they letting them hands go. Man, it was like I never seen. You wouldn't think that young people would even know how to act like that right there. Man, all of them got on hoodies, and everybody throwing they number chairs flying up in there, and the little Hispanic family that was up in there just trying to handle up on their little burritos, man, they tacos and stuff. They done had to fade back over here in the corner over here, just frightened to death that they don't get hit. Cause you really don't know what these YNs gonna do when they crank it up. So and you know what? Nobody they tore that restaurant up, but nobody got arrested or anything for that right there. They just, they tore the place up, then they just stormed up out of there. Even had girls up in there throwing chairs too. So man, these YNs, man, like I said, man, to think about where we are in society today, that when you used to have to pray, when you pray, when you would pray, when you would leave the house, whatever, you had some enemies or something like that, you would pray that, to ask the Most High to protect you from your enemies or any evil out there, and, that sort of thing, give you traveling grace and that type of thing when you would pray. Now, man, when you pray, man, you got to pray, man, that God, you got to ask the Most High to protect you from kids, from the YNs, man. And then, like a person like myself, I have grandchildren. But they're disciplined. They're disciplined. In my eyes, they're disciplined, because anytime they come through our doors, they're getting that work from the Most High. You know, they know who they are. You know what I mean? But kids are still gonna be kids. They know where they are. When they come to my house, they know exactly where they are. So they move a little differently, I'm sure, than when they're at home. But anyway, they've been trained right, even by their mother. So we got to pray that nothing just don't happen to them, because they in the video I was telling you about, that went down in Baltimore County, man, they damn near killed that little girl. This little girl, 14 years old, 3 young women beating up another but why would you want to beat up your sister like that? She's the same, they all were 12, 13, and 14, and they beat her. What could she have done for them to beat her like that, right? I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever. So, you know, you got to pray and ask God to help you with these monsters, because here's the thing. Think about that. God labeled some kids with a future prophecy. He labeled kids monsters. So don't take this thing for granted, man. When you see when you see these YNs coming with these hoods on, I'm telling you, man, you better hope that you the type of person that can get some prayers up there to the Most High God, or that He already has ordained for protection to be around you if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Because then all you gotta do is call on Psalm 91. He that dwelleth of the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge, my fortress, my God. In Him shall I trust. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. If you ain't keeping the commandments, you can't do your prayers is bouncing off the ceiling. John 9:31. God don't hear sinners' prayers, but a godly man He will hear. And then them YNs might have you. And the last thing I want to talk about, I won't use this person right here name, but I was talking to a close relative of mine, very close relative, and they told me about a situation. But a friend of theirs had went to get something to eat, and I'm not gonna call a restaurant or nothing like that right there. I'm not giving no free publicity or nothing like that. But my close relative had a friend that pulled up to a restaurant. He's a guy. She's a female. He's a guy, and he was sitting there waiting. He pulls up to this spot. He ordered his food, and you know, he's waiting. He's waiting for his food to come out. They're gonna bring the food out to the car. So he's waiting on his food to come out to the car, and all of a sudden, you know how you be waiting, and then you sitting right there. He looking down at his phone like that right there while he waiting on his order. Then all of a sudden, he said, you know, with his peripheral vision, he sees somebody standing right next to this window. And then he turns up and he looks up like that right there, and it's a YN right here, standing right at his window, just looking at him with the hoodie on. And then, so now they done locked eyes, and they just monster kids. They just looking at each other. So in his eyes, he think it's just a youngster, but it's really a monster right there. So he was like, they looking at each other, and they shared each other for a couple of seconds. And then he said the YN says to him, "What the fuck is you looking at, old hoe ass nigga?" I mean, think about that right there. You just sitting there minding your own business, waiting on your food to come out, and then all of a sudden you see somebody at your window in the broad daytime, and you look, and they respond saying, "What the fuck you looking at, old hoe ass nigga?" And they done walked up to your car. Then my relative friend said, he started saying something, say, "Hey man, look man, I don't want no problem with y'all, man, but you know, something to that." He tried to smooth it off, because now he know he dealing with somebody with a problem. Before he can really say anything, 3 or 4 more other monsters done came up with it. Now it's like 4 monsters at his car, and they calling him all kind of bitches and hoes, hoe ass niggas, bitch ass niggas. These kids, man, and this dude right here, like in his late 50s, maybe mid 50s. They going in on it, man. They talking about smashing on, crashing out on it. Tell him, get your bitch ass out the car. We'll beat your whole ass down. And man, he had to sit there. Think about that, man. A 55-year-old man got to sit there and endure that type of abuse from kids, man. That let you know, man, where we are as a society, man, how close we are before Yahweh shall come back. Because unless these days be shortened, Satan will deceive the very elect, man. And it's just too much going on down there. It's way too much going on down there for the Most High to continue to allow this type of behavior to go on the earth, man. So he got to come back and shut it down. But anyway, man, just like I said, man, these YNs, man, I just want to warn y'all, man. You know, they are these YNs, man. They are on a terror out here. They on a terror out here, man. They like I don't know, man. Like Denzel Washington said, King Kong ain't got nothing on me. That's the type of mindset these YNs got. Now, when you walking with the Most High, you don't have to fear them, you know, because we know what, you know, because we roll with the scriptures. 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7, we said, you know, we know that God haven't given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. And Luke 10 and 19 says, behold, I give unto you power to tread over scorpions, serpents, monsters, and all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. So, you know, when you tapped in and you locked in, man, you like a defender, like Wemby. When he locked in on defense, it ain't nothing the monsters can do to you. You know what I mean? So make sure you locked in, man, with the scriptures, man. Make sure you doing what you're supposed to be doing, man. Because I'm telling you, man, 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1, man, we living in perilous times, man. It can jump off anywhere. You can be at Walmart, Chipotle, at the Dollar Tree. You can be at the theater with your wife or your girl. You can be grabbing you some ice cream. You can be at McDonald's. You can be grabbing you some bird. Well, it don't make no difference, man, where you can get this work at. And most of these say God is allowing this to happen. See, don't nothing go down on the earth unless the Most High say it can go down. He speak everything. So the fact that they doing what they doing, God already knew it was gonna happen, so he's allowed it to happen. You know what I mean? Because there's so much wickedness, you know what I'm saying, on this on the earth. So God bringing judgment on the earth right now. So anyway, man, look, final thing, man. If you are a so-called black man living in America, man, repent. Turn away from Christianity, turn away from Jehovah's wickedness, turn away from Islam, whatever type of man-made religion that you might, Seventh-day Adventists or whatever you might be dealing with. Repent from that right there, because the Most High God never gave his chosen people, the so-called blacks, religion. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, and that's the reason why you see all this stuff going on with our people. It's always a cloud over our head, man, not an aura. That the greatest people on the planet should have an aura around them. We got a cloud always seem to be following us, man, because we stiff-necked and hard-headed. You can show our people the scriptures and let them see that God said we are the chosen people, and prove that by the curses. And they still don't want it. God trying to give you a kingdom and you don't even want it. Acts 1 and 6. You don't even want the kingdom. You want to continue to cleave right here, and you actually think Trump gonna make this place great again. But man, Babylon is falling and it can't get up. This is Elder Shaddai, man. I'm out. Shalom.